So maganda na nga in a way, yung naging start na yun, they really just have to sustain it. And, you know, part of it is just consistency in field goal makes.
Pajarito, top of the circle, launches the three. That one's short. And the ball sails out of bounds in favor of the Bulacan Cuyas.
Right there, you see Bam Lopez really just responding, I guess, to the call of Coach Boyd to have a little bit more of urgency, especially as you try and go for those offensive rebounds and 50-50 ball.
Bulawan gets the pass, fades away on the jumper. He's had a couple of fadeaway jumpers in this game, Coach, both of which hindi pa niya na-shoot. That's a hard bump by J.R. Sumido on the driving Carlo Lastimosa.
Well, two things. You know, that is a hard foul, and you gotta defend a little bit better if you're Sumido. You've got a teammate right there who's ready to check on Carlo as he drove in.
Baseline throw-in, Aktub triggers it to Lastimosa. That's an easy play for Biñan.
Now, you can't allow Carlo Lastimosa, if you're Bulacan, to get a rhythm right now. He's 2 out of 2 on his last 2 attempts. He's got 5 points so far.
Celso kicks it out to Sumido, gets it back off the glass. Nope, a little bit too flat on the shot. Pajarito, this might be a jam. Pajarito with a baby slam right there for Biñan.
Nonchalante.
And that helps Biñan to a 10-point advantage right now, their biggest lead of the game so far. How can the Cuyas respond to this after they played their best first quarter of the season? Jamawas will not settle for the jumper. Bulawan still could not get it to go.
Yeah.
That was a wide open look, and he had a chance to inch closer for a layup. Lastimosa with the defense draped all over him. That was a miss.
I think the straightforward answer to your question is really shot making. They gotta make their shots. They're doing the right movements, getting open shots, but not making them.
Espiritu trying to lose Lastimosa, forces it inside. Carlo able to force the turnover, kaya lang naubusan siya ng espasyo dun.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be able to beat that defense solely by putting the ball on the floor.
This is our fast break of the game, brought to you by Extreme X-Pop Personal Karaoke Speaker Everyday Karaoke.
Sana all mga ganyan, no? Yung konting lundag lang.
Kaya nga eh. Namimiss ko yung mga ganyang panahon. Zumawas, baseline jumper, way off the mark.
Yan, yung mga ganong situation, kita mo.
Oh, look at below, Poy Poy Aktub. You remember, it was against this very team wherein he had a dunk show last season.
Yung napakaraming beses na nabanggit yung pangalan ni Poy Poy.
This is an 11-0 scoring run in favor of the Tatak Gel. Jeb Bulawan gets it inside to Serrano, who loses it right away. Pajarito, siya na nagdala dito. Christian Pajarito, off the glass, no, mops the layup. Maestre is there, he cleans up the mess and saves the day.
And this second unit that was brought in by Coach Boyd has really responded to the call for more energy on the floor.
Okay. Si Christian Pajarito na nga mismo nagdala ng bola dito. And he led that break para sa Biñan. Like Maestre, making sure that they get the score. Maestre completes the three-point play.
And Mike Maestre, in my opinion, is one guy that eventually later on in the big games of Biñan would contribute a lot. You know, really good offensive rebound, got a good head on his shoulders, and just a potential that can produce a lot para kay Coach Boyd.
Patrick Anunuevo has made his way into the ball game. Rancher Serrano draws the foul on Poy Poy Aktub. That's going to mean 2 free throws para kay Serrano.
And Coach Boyd does not agree to that call.
Well, I think he's arguing that it should have been the other referee who should have called it.
Right.
Kasi yung trail yung tumawag eh.
Yung nandun sa harap mismo yung didn't make any whistle at all, and so that's what Coach Boyd is, trying to communicate to our officials.
So there's going to be a sub right here. Referee Lester Arcega will check back in. Our referees for this ball game, Holly Damcog, JP Abobo, and EJ Carase is the fourth man. KG Canaleta with his first attempt in this game. Knocks it down from the left corner.
He's got his black Kobe's, and so, you know, Australia's going to sink him.
Still amazing how he has not lost the touch after so many years. In fact, gumanda na nga mas lalo yung kanyang jumper as he grew older.
Yeah. And sabi nga, di ba, you gotta expand your game outside as you age. But, you know, he's just done so good, this KG.
Aktub with a side step, naabutan doon ni Joseph Celso. Pero sabi ng ating referee, foul daw laban sa Bulacan.
Well, another forced shot earlier para dito sa Bulacan. You gotta, you know, you already got really good quality shots earlier. You're just not making them, and so, you know, don't be forcing it.
Well, it just doesn't seem that Gino Jumawas is in good playing shape by the shots that he's been taking.
Right. Let alone to play under this, you know, hot conditions here in the gym.
True. Aktub sinks the first free throw. Already 3 points in the game and a couple of assists already in his short stint on the floor. Para dito kay Poy Aktub. Aktub did not see action in their last game against Valenzuela. He was on the inactive roster. Activated for this afternoon's game against the Cuyas.
Yeah. This is actually, I think, just his second game so far this season. In the first game, he played for about 4 minutes or something.
Jumawas had that ball tapped from behind. Anyo Nuevo was the one responsible for that, but the Cuyas will be keeping possession. KG Canaleta and this second unit has certainly ramped up the play of Biñan dito sa laro na to. Serrano, quick trigger. That one's no good. Pajarito gets another rebound. He has 4 in this game. Canaleta
that's
has to travel.
You could see it.
Nauna agad yung step.
Correct.
Under 4 minutes to play here, the score is 33-14. Coach Boyd Fernandez signaling double fist here.
And this is a 19-1 quarter in favor of Biñan. Just a free throw so far that's been scored here by the Cuyas.
So this might be in contest for the lowest scoring output of any team in a quarter, but Jeb Bulawan trying to put Bulacan out of that possible hole.
Right. And those are the shots that they're getting. You know, open shots, they're really just not making them. Pretty much on the very same spot on the floor.
Pajarito goes for the 3 and knocks it down. Pajarito making this 36-16. 20 na ang abante dito ng Biñan.
And this is the style of Christian Pajarito that you saw previous season with South Cotabato Warriors. And you love to see that here in Biñan if you're Coach Boyd.
Jamawas working the 2-man game with Erlan Umpad. And that shot well challenged by KG Canaleta. Anyo Nuevo is pushing here. Lost it for a bit. Able to recover. Gets a pass to Maestre. That one short. Aktub able to bounce it off. Gino Jumawas.
And I'm sure nagugustuhan ni Coach Boyd yung effort niya nitong Biñan players niya on the floor.
Poy Aktub distributing here in the second quarter. That's assist number 3 para sa kanya. And Christian Pajarito has also been playing well here for the Biñan Tandakjel sa laro na to, helping his team to a 20-point advantage against Bulacan.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Christian Pajarito, who last played for the South Cotabato Warriors in last season's edition of the MPBL, had 10 points against Val City, and all of those 10 points came in the second quarter.
Yep. Very important yan, yung mga contributions na yan. And, you know, again, I was alluding to earlier, Coach Boyd would really love to see that version of Christian Pajarito from last season here in Biñan.
Well, especially he had front row seat to that version of him for South
Oo.
Cotabato dahil nakaharap nila sa playoffs.
Oo, na-stretch yun for 3 games yun, because of him.
Canaleta steps back on the 3. He's 2 for 2 from the outside. KJ Canaleta.
Same side of the floor, that left side, pretty comfortable outside for KJ.
The field goal shooting percentage has picked up here in the second quarter for Biñan while Bulacan has been left behind. Erlan Umpad gets the offensive rebound. Can Marlon Espiritu extend the total here for Bulacan? He does with that 3-point shot.
A little bit better shooting in their last few attempts. By my recall, they're 2 out of 3 in their last 3 attempts.
Well, now 6 points in the quarter versus the 22 of Biñan para sa Bulacan Cuyas.
Yan ang challenge din para dito sa Bulacan Cuyas. They'll have so much interior defense, rim protection, and that's why a lot of their losses to the teams really allowing more than 100 points per game.
John Gonzaga did not see action in their last game against Pasig City. Now checking in here at this point of the second quarter. 1:44 to go here in the first half.
And one other guy that's not seeing action for Bulacan Cuyas, which they desperately would need, would be Ken Osicos.
Correct, yes. The engineer. That's someone who would definitely give them a lot of punch in the scoring department. Sumido kicks in out. Gonzaga for 3. No good. Nahulog pa nga. Aktub is pushing. He has Pajarito on the left side. Boy Aktub gathers and scores. That's a 3-point play opportunity para kay Boy Aktub.
Grabe naman yung take-off na yun. Parang isang hakbang lang sa loob ng 3 points yung nilundag nun. Ito.
Yun, no?
Ayun, no? Diba?
Ang haba ng hakbang. Grabe.
Ang bigat ng glide, no? Ang tagal.
Yan ang specialty niya, yung pag-glide sa area.
Yeah.
But he's got to work on his free throws, though. He's going to get fouled a lot.
That is right.
Jonah Jacob is back here. So 2 social media sensations of the Biñan Tatak Gel now in the game at the same time in Jonah Jacob and Poy Aktub. Espiritu left wide open but way off the mark on that 3-point shot. Aktub is pushing. Aktub stops, gives it up. Canaleta, another 3 on the way. No. That was a heat check for Nino KJ Canaleta.
I would have taken that too. I made a couple of that side of the floor, so why not?
Under 50 seconds to play in the first half. Sumido launches from the perimeter. Wala. Gonzaga gets it. One jab step and the 3-pointer. He knocks that down.
And Gonzaga, he's been practicing that 3-pointer kahit na kanina pa. And so twice already he's attempted. It's 50% from there right now.
Well, he really has been trying to get in shape these past few weeks. But that guy also has been telling me, Kuya, nagpapakondisyon rin talaga ako. Ito si Christian Pajarito.
Oh, tsaka yung shooting clip ni Christian, not so bad from 3. For a big man, roughly about 29%. That's pretty good.
7 seconds to go. Early shot there by Sumido. Pajarito has it. What will he do? The runner. Oh, that one's short. And that's going to do it. First 20 minutes of action already in the books here between Bulacan and Biñan.
Yeah, nakikita mo, ang laki ng in-improve ng shooting nitong Biñan. Kanina, they were shooting roughly about 20%. Now it's 37%, so much better. All because of the production of Carlos Timosa, including KG Canaleta, knocking it down from the outside.
45-22 is the score at the end of the first half. Halftime analysis sa aming pagbabalik.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad,
50 si Manny.
para sa 100%'ong pagbabago,
50 si Manny.
para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod,
50 si Manny.
Kanipaya, para sa 100%'ong Pinas.
50 ka. 50 tayo. 50 si MB. Kahati mo si Manny.
Lagi mong sinisiguradong patas. Lagi mong inuuna kung anong dapat. Hindi mo kayang malunok ang katotohanang marami pa rin tayong kababayang gutom at walang tahanan. Kaya hindi ka tumigil sa paglaban. Harapin ang kahirapan. Tulungan ang nangangailangan. Basagin ang korupsyon na kanilang nakasanayan. Sa loob at labas, man ng Pinas, bakas na bakas ang iyong tapang puksain ang mga problema ng bansa. Gamit ang lakas, gamit ang isip, gamit ang puso. Kung para sa mamamayang Pilipino, si MP, wala yang sinisino. Manny Pacquiao.
Para sa atlitang Pilipino.
Para sa kabataang Pilipino.
Para sa kababaihan, para sa pamilyang Pilipino.
Para sa kinabukasan. At ito po ang MPBL Party List number 77 sa balota.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Halftime between the Biñan Tatakjel and the Bulacan Cuyas. The score is 45-22. We are still live from the West Arena in Valenzuela City. This is the first game of our Tuesday triple header dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. And Biñan and Bulacan, both teams really struggled to shoot the basketball at the end of the first quarter. Pero sa second quarter, Coach, doon na talaga nag-iba ang kwento between these two teams.
And napakaganda ng naging recovery ng Biñan doon. I'm sure Coach Boyd would love the activity of that second unit he put on the floor. 38% shooting from 20% earlier, pero itong Bulacan patuloy na bumababa ang shooting percentage at 21%. And a lot of that is because Biñan is finding the right open man to make those shots, and the bench have been really a big help. Imagine that, 32 versus 9, and we're only in the first half, and just the 9 points coming from two guys dito sa Bulacan is Gonzaga and Serrano with 9 points total off the bench. And yung fast break, 12 versus nothing. We said hindi ganun kaganda ang fast break nitong Biñan, pero right now they're 12-0 in that department.
A big reason why the bench scoring of Biñan has really been on a high right now is because of that guy, Christian Farito. He leads the way in scoring for the Tatakjel with 8 points. Sa kabila naman, an unlikely guy leading the scoring department para dito sa Bulacan, and Rancer Serrano, who came off the bench as well. He has 6 points. But J.R. Sumido only with 4 points to show for here at the end of the first half. And we already mentioned, you mentioned, Coach, that he has his work cut out for him in this game, especially because wala si R.R. De Leon, wala si Art Aquino, wala rin si Balong Marquez.
Exactly. And yung dalawang yung mga mention mong pangalan na yun, doon talaga nang gagaling yung puntos nila. And so you're only left with J.R. Sumido. And so he's gonna have his work cut out today.
J.Mar Gimpayan gets the 2 points on the break. There's a guy on the floor early here to start the third quarter. Jeb Bulawan might have gotten hit in the eye. I think there's blood on the floor.
So there is.
Ayun no, may dugo eh.
Oo, yeah.
Tingnan natin yung nangyari dito. There was a collision between him and Jason Ballesteros. I think sa ilong, no,
Oh,
Coach?
yeah. Siya yung bumunggo actually papunta kay Jason. Jason was pretty much vertical, he had his hand up.
Yung momentum niya yung pa-forward.
Oo.
He is a bit shaken up. And also limping a bit, going back to the bench. We do hope he's okay.
Yeah, hopefully it's okay.
Obviously, wala namang Jason Ballesteros did not mean to do any of that.
He just ran through a brick wall na naka-establish na dun eh. Hindi rin niya nakita eh.
Well, we're gonna check kung ano nangyari again, and we're gonna, I think our referees will be reviewing it. Hindi na pala. So the Cuyas will be taking possession. Yeah, we're just gonna go right into it. Gino Jumawas is joined by Joseph Celso, Marlon Espiritu, Erlan Umpad, and Marte Hill as the 5 on the floor to begin the second half for the Bulacan Cuyas.
Switch and blitz.
Celso swings it to Jumawas. Sees a cutting Celso who misses on the runner. Ahead of the pack is Carlo Lastimosa, and that's going to be a breeze para sa Biñan.
And that's where somehow you could tell that Gino Jumawas is, kumbaga yung confidence niya, medyo iniisip na rin niya kasi kanina may panira na siya on that ball screen.
Oh! Look, Kenny Rocacurva skying the mountaintop to block that shot by Erlan Umpad, which leads to this fast break score by Pamboy Raimundo.
And 4 quick fast break points though, and the last one being predicated on the defensive side. That's what really got it started.
It's such a pity that we're seeing this from Bulacan at this point, because we just saw them play perhaps their best first quarter. I think not perhaps, but their best first quarter of this season.
Agree.
This is our fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X-Play on-the-go speaker. Take your music anywhere. Well, Kenny Rocacurva said, I'll take this to our front court.
Oh, yeah.
And Pamboy Raimundo finishing that play for the Biñan Tatak Gel. Rocacurva just took care of business at the line. And he makes this a whopping 30-point advantage for Biñan. No, it's a 32-point lead already, 54-22.
At saka kanina pinag-uusapan natin na napakaganda ng start nila ng first quarter. Again, we go back to those names na nawala, no? Aquino, R.R. De Leon. Those guys, you need them, pero you kept in pace. You were down only one in the first quarter, but the shooting has gone south after that first quarter showing.
Marte Hill on the left side. Jamawas matched up against Carlo Lastimosa. Drives right. Umawas forces it in and able to draw the foul against Jmar Gimpayan.
And you know that when he gets that ball that side of the floor, he is most probably going to go right. And rarely do you see him put the ball on the floor with the left hand to try and attack middle.
We'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Jamawas also missing his free throws this afternoon. Usually a very good free throw shooter. He shoots 80% from the line this year. 1 out of 2 on that trip. Of course, later on, mga kaliga, abangan nyo rin ang matchup ng Jensen Warriors saka ng Imus Brotherhood. That's gonna be a very interesting game. Sa ating main game naman, the Val City Magic will be defending their home floor against the Sarangani Gripper. Jmar Gimpayan getting a 3-point play opportunity as we now feature them in our play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
I have always loved that action of Biñan. You have the point guard giving up that ball and filling up weak side corner, which triggers that weak side post to lift, and that handoff. Napakaganda ng movement that side of the floor, let alone you have a shooter on the other end waiting in case you swing that ball on the ball reversal.
I can tell that he's just really cherishing this experience that he's been getting. Imagine to be a big man and to play alongside very able guards as your teammates.
That's right. Minsan yung tamang kombinasyon ng ng mga kasama mo sa floor and sa team. And you could tell itong Biñan pretty much, a well-composed, closely knit team.
Correct. Of course, Vice Jel Alonte is to be thanked for that, as well as Boss Monchik Telesay. This free throw of the game brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. That's a miss at the line para sa Bulacan. Rocacurva kicks it out. Lastimosa took his time with that 3, but that one's short. Natakbo naman dito sa kabila ang Bulacan. Umpad offers the slip screen. Celso though could not get to the pass. 3-on-1. Ooh, nice strip there by Espiritu. Lastimosa almost turned it over. Rocacurva gets it back, and that's going to be an easy score for Waray.
Well, you could see Umpad and was that Aquino? Who was late coming down. Or Celso, rather.
Celso, yes. This is now a 36-point lead, Coach.
I mean, again, very similar to how they started the second quarter. Just a point scored so far.
Tingnan natin ang ating assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Actually, sa sequence din, ang tagal pa bago na-recover nila yung bola nitong Biñan. Pero babagal din yung baba ng other defenders for the Cuyas.
That's the thing with Bulacan this entire season, Coach. They have been given opportunities, but most of those opportunities, they do not capitalize on it.
Yeah, tsaka yung mga, for the most part, when you look at meron naman nagdo-double digit scoring sa kanila eh. Kaya lang, yung normally the game is already out of hand, and that's when they start scoring.
Garbage points, ika nga.
Yep.
And Pamboy Raimundo continues to add salt to the wound here of the Bulacan Cuyas as he knocks down the 3-point shot. This time it's Jmar Gimpayan giving him that pass. He steps out to the 3-point line on the right corner and knocks it down just like he has done thousands of times over the course of his career. 62-23. Di na umarangkada dito ang Bulacan.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Let's check out our Gixxer fan of the game, born for greatness. Among the fans here inside the West Arena in Valenzuela City.
Totoo naman. Kahit gaano kainit, nandyan ang suporta sa mga pamilyang manlalaki.
Tinatawag nila itong basketball capital ng Pilipinas.
Oo.
17-1 is the scoring in this quarter, Coach. Bulacan has struggled to make a basket just as they have been this entire game.
You don't have scorers on the floor. Especially kung heavily guarded na itong si Sumido. Where are you gonna get your points from? I guess that's the big question. And so far Sumido can't be the primary defender. Even if he baits in, there's gonna be a secondary guy that helps out. And you don't have enough action on the weak side. Where are you gonna go? That's the thing.
Ongpad able to get in the prime position there. A rare field goal for Bulacan. That doesn't make any much of a difference here as they're down big time still, 62-25. The lowest score in a game by a team was by Zamboanga in the Lacan season in 2020, where Zamboanga only scored 28 points against the Davao squad, who only just scored 47 points.
That's for one full game?
Yeah.
Wow. Galing rin talaga ng mga historical stats niya, no? Boss
Siyempre.
Jow no? Iba si Boss Jow talaga
Tumutulong yan si Boss Jow talaga sa pagpaganda ng ating mga coverage. Shout out to our head of stats.
Right. And I love the insights that his numbers give us. I mean, a lot of stories that we can talk about in games because of what he's been doing. So, Wall's back.
Ballesteros will come out. Poy Aktub is also back in the game along with Big Boy Hernandez and Christian Fajarito.
This is pretty much the second unit, except for Carlo Lastimosa, which started the second quarter for them.
So the yellow light is on in front of Miguel Pere, which means there is a challenge here by Bulacan. Successful ang kanilang challenge kanina. We'll see if this one is too.
Upon review, the challenge was successful.
So two successful challenges in one game for the Bulacan Kuyas. This was the play in question. Celso was battling for possession with Kenny Roca Curva.
Pangalawang successful na yan.
That's just one bright spot in this really bad ball game that Bulacan has had.
Aside from the 6-point advantage on second chance opportunities, pretty much that's been it for Bulacan.
Marte Hill drives to the middle. Sumido does the same, bounces a pass to Gino Jumawas, and he draws the foul. He's been drawing a lot of fouls in this game, but the problem is he hasn't been making a lot of free throws.
Right. And currently, right now, he's 2 out of 6 from the line. 33% shooting. 0 out of 5 from the perimeter, just 1 out of 2 from 3. Walang lift sa sa
Yeah.
takeoff eh.
And it's very unusual to see coming from him because we were used to see him being so athletic back in the day. As you see, players, the Biñan Tatak Gel on the inactive roster, the Pinoy Sakuragi, Mark Pingris, Joseph Peña Redondo, and Captain Hook, Mac Cardona, who I have been longing to see in action this season.
Oh.
24 fast break points in the game para sa Biñan compared to nothing for Bulacan.
That's right. Well, that's pretty big. I mean, you go up against a team that is not so well known when it comes to fast breaks, would really love to set up their offense. And if you allow that much fast break to them, it just speaks in volume of the kind of defensive team you have been this season.
Marte Hill puts up a shot that's no good. Pajarito wins that battle. Christian Pajarito, this is a pass to Maestre. Oh, everything but the shot there for Biñan. We're seeing in this game, Coach, the ball handling abilities of Christian Pajarito on the transition attacks.
Gumagrab and go,
Kuyas setting up their offense here.
At saka tagal rin mag-develop ng offense nila. They're taking a lot of time considering they're down big. You gotta move that ball a little bit quicker.
Ryan Suwal
Good defense.
was once a high-scoring guard for Sarangani. Now playing with a lot of talented guards in that backcourt rotation of Coach Boyd Fernandez. Gino Jumawas trying to force his way through there against Maestre. Aktub only has one thing in his sights, and that's the basket. Boy, Aktub will fly and score.
Ibang klase naman yun, nilundag talaga, no?
He has 11 points in this game. Talking about Boy Aktub. We've got to get it from Kuya Jao kung ilan yung na-score niya against Bulacan last year in that talk show that he had against the Kuyas.
Right, we should. Baka mamaya pwede niyang habulin yun no?
Who knows? I mean, by the way, his team has been scoring in this game. Hindi yan imposible.
Right.
We still have 2 minutes and over 20 seconds to play here in the third quarter and a full 10 minutes in the fourth.
Lahat ng tinira ni Christian Pajarito galing sa tres, all look good, no? Ganda ng line.
Maganda talaga ang kamay niyan. Bata pa yan. We've already seen that. Christian Pajarito, I still remember the time when he was still in his residency here for FEU Diliman, along with Ino Comboy and Ray Bienes. Well, that was a very talented UAP junior squad. Kaya lang di sila nag-champion.
Hindi katulad niya.
Di katulad niya.
Sabi ganun.
This is our Gixer great move of the game, born for greatness. Well, indeed, Boy Aktub has shown us a lot of daredevil stunts in his stint here in the league. And we're looking forward to seeing more from the high-flying act that is Boy Aktub.
Those strides as he was on air, Ibang klase.
66-25. It has been a struggle for Bulacan to put up points for the entire game. Only with 3 points this entire quarter, Coach.
Right.
They scored 13 in the first, 9 in the second quarter, and just 3 points to show for here in quarter number 3.
And ang mas ano pa dyan, compounds it, is they've given up 23 points to Biñan. So you're not defending and you're not scoring. You're not gonna win games in that fashion. Well, pinipilit naman nilang umiscore pero talagang ang laking bagay na wala sila RR De Leon, si Balong. Laking bagay talaga. They almost have to play a near perfect game in order for them to, at least
I think
get
you
a
should
chance.
put out the word near. I think perfect
Na.
is definitely the term para sa kanila. And there's a double foul whistled here against Mike Maestre and JR Sumido. It really is a tall order to try and make a major upset against a loaded Biñan squad, especially when you're playing here in a hot venue. There you see the sun shining on Coach Boyd Fernandez. Still not flashing a smile despite his team being up by so much. Always still in the pursuit of excellence. Ito si Coach Boyd Fernandez. That's how much he respects the game. Jamawa has dribbled it off his foot. Looks like it was last touch on Biñan.
I'm sure isa sa mga pag-uusapan nila dito is yung mga missed box outs nila on the defensive rebound, because right now it's a +2 offensive rebounding para dito sa Bulacan, and understanding you have your bigger guys that can actually box out, you're not supposed to give them that advantage.
Jamawas finally gets one from the outside, and that's only three-pointer number 4 for Bulacan in this game.
That looked good from where he released it to.
Under 40 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Sawal looking at Poy Aktub. Aktub drives inside, shovels a pass. Hernandez challenges Celso on the second serving. He's successful.
May mga laro talaga iba-ibang kombinasyon ng klase ng players na magagamit mo. No? Ngayon mga guards, pero itong mga bigs ng Biñan rin, nagpapakita kahit pa paano.
This is a very tall lineup that they have on the floor here.
Right.
Espiritu, still a lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Offensive rebounding, another missed box out for Biñan.
Sumido could not hit from way downtown, and that's gonna do it. Third quarter has now been finished between these two squads. Let's now take a look at our highlights of the game, brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration. Once again, Coach, a dominant showing by Biñan here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, 19 assists altogether versus 8. Again, the percentages just keep on rising up, all because Bulacan's not defending that well.
And Poy Aktub already up to 11 points in this game for the Tatak Gel, and they are up by 40 as we enter the fourth quarter. Check out the special deal from 1xBet when you scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Nandito pa rin kami sa West Arena in Valenzuela City, and here we have our fan outfit of the game, brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Our first game this afternoon, as we head back into action this Tuesday dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Later on, right after this, we have the Jensen Warriors facing the Imus Brotherhood. And in our main game at 8 o'clock p.m., the Bao City Magic will be defending their home court against the Sarangani Gripper.
And Sarangani is still looking for that first win also, no? This
Correct,
season.
yes. Yeah. And to compound their woes, they still are not without star player Kit Jimenez.
Oh yeah, he got hurt in that game in Ares, where Kit, I think, played only a couple of quarters. Really couldn't get himself going. Previous to that, he scored what? Ilang points lang yata in first game niya, if I recall correctly.
You see here the quarter scoring, Coach. It has been all Biñan in this game.
Tsaka yung patuloy na decline ng scoring ng Bulacan, yun ang medyo concerning if you're with the Kuyas.
And I think Bulacan has scored the lowest point total in a quarter in that third period, only getting 3 points. The lowest, I believe, was 5 by Zamboanga in that same game against the Davao Occidental Tigers in 2020.
Offensive foul, right?
It's going to go against Ryan Sual. AJ Canaleta babalik pa dito sa laro para sa Biñan, along with Jaymar Gimpayan. Espiritu, Sumido, Jumawa, Celso, and Marte Hill. The 5 on the floor for the Cuyas. They are playing in this game without leading scorer or De Leon. Balong Marquez is also not in the lineup, as well as Art Aquino and Keno Sicos. And their leading scorer, though, is on the floor for them, but also he hasn't really been able to produce a lot of points sa laro na to. Just 4 markers in this game for JR Sumido.
Buti nga nakakapunto si Jumawa. See right here on that drive. Another couple of points there for Jumawas.
And Jumawas now in double figures with 11.
At saka nakikita mo kasi sa, not just on defense, even the offensive execution of the half-court sets, you know, they're very timid to open spots, cuts, passes have been slow. Lagang nangangapa kung sino yung i-score and that's how you view it.
This is our play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Bulacan would definitely be delighted to see more of those coming from Gino Jumawas.
Yeah, definitely.
Canaleta makes good on the first. 2 for 2 for the former UE Red Warrior.
We're gonna let's not forget, he was the one who started this run in the second quarter. A couple of threes that left side of the floor and really just brought the stability and the energy needed by Biñan in the second.
Tell me, Coach, how important is KG Canaleta to this current iteration of this Biñan squad?
Well, he helps spread the floor. You know, even if you put in at the same time sila Gimpayan, Mark Pingris, you know there's no duplication of position. I mean, you could even go Jason Ballesteros, Mark Pingris, and even KG Canaleta without, you know, sacrificing anything, because all those spots have been unique to those guys. You know that Jason's gonna block shots, Mark's gonna control the rebound, and KG, for the most part, would be upstairs trying to facilitate as the delay big man, and he can even knock down threes.
That's a front court lineup I'm looking forward to see, especially come the postseason.
Yeah. Tsaka even yung guard rotations, ang dami rin iterations para dito kay Coach Boy.
Well, in this game, ang dami rin di naka-lineup pa. Of course, we've already seen Pamboy Raimundo, Kenny Rocacorva, Ryan Sual, and Bam Lopez are in the game, but Renzo Subido is not suited up for this one. Carlo Lastimosa is on the bench.
And alam mo, that matters in a long season, because having that roster so deep, kahit mahaba, goods ka lang kasi namamanage mo, nalalaro mo yung mga minutes ng mga players mo You know, you don't want to have volume minutes, lalo na for your key players.
Canaleta on the trail job, fouled once again by Jumawas, who has done absolutely nothing to try and contain KG Canaleta in this one.
Yeah. Even on that move, KG went on the left side of the floor, but he can, you know, comfortably spin going middle if that lane gets close on the left side of the floor.
It's just amazing how players like KG Canaleta have somehow found the fountain of youth this late in their careers and still be playing at a very high level.
In my opinion, it's a combination of good conditioning, really good soft touch from the outside, and his footwork. I mean, I really just admired the kind of footwork that KG has shown us, be it inside the paint or outside.
Just the evolution of his game has been simply tremendous. Imagine from a guy who was such a high flyer in his younger days, converting to a floor spacer later in his career and still be very effective at this point.
Right.
Score is 72-31 here. It would take more than a miracle for Bulacan to overcome this advantage. At Marta Hill able to get 2 points underneath. A rare inside basket para sa Cuyas. Gimpayan trying to set up Jonah Jacob, who is back in this game for Coach Boyd Fernandez. Ryan Sual lobs a pass to Gimpayan. And that's going to be 2 points more para kay Waray. 4 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter. Gimpayan already with 13 points sa laro na to. A lot of guys already in double figures para sa Biñan in this game.
Yeah, and it's balanced scoring actually. If you look at the numbers, some of them double digits, some nearing double digits.
That's a long three, but rebounded there by Gimpayan. He was stripped. On the other side we go. Espiritu. Pump fakes in the lane. Marta Hill will drive. Passes to nobody. Jacob picks it up. Jonah Jacob, can he score his first MPBL bucket? Not quite yet, but he will have a chance to get his first MPBL career points at the free throw line.
And Espiritu would not allow that, for him to score.
This is our assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Jonah Jacob, ang Kobe ng Pinas. He hails from Cavite. Went to Lyceum of the Philippines, Cavite. And this is his first stint with Biñan here in the MPBL, his first pro stint. And he is now finally in the record books as he's able to knock down that free throw. 75-33. We're now approaching the halfway point of quarter number 4. Biñan will be playing Sarangani, Pasig, and Basilan next, while Bulacan has Bataan, Sarangani, and Nueva Ecija on their schedule. At Anyo Nuevo nagbalik na sa laro para kay Coach Boyd Fernandez. Suwal, that's his range. Short on the 3.
And he's always in range.
He is. I don't think he's ever seen a bad shot.
Oh, yeah.
He's the type of guy that will attempt from anywhere, even near the logo.
At saka yung mechanics ng tira niya.
Ganda.
It's very stable. It's not forced.
The backspin is nice. Saka nakikita mo na galing rin sa base niya,
right.
yung power.
And this guy right here has been pretty much pressured to get points para dito sa Bulacan, and it's tough. You don't have your other guys helping you out.
He's really struggled in this game. 2 out of 18 from the field. That's just 11% from the field.
Right.
For a guy that has been averaging 16.1 points per game this season.
Layo,
and
diba?
39.5% from the field.
Napakalayo.
Soal gets it to Bam Lopez. Jumawas is defending. Gimpayan with the screen. Lopez will take it from downtown. That's an air ball. Nice hustle from Jacob. Kaya lang tumapak siya sa baseline.
Yeah, and again, Jonah Jacob just shows you na you have to have effort on the floor. He went out there and tried to chase that rebound. And you love that in guys that try and get in, get some playing time.
Celso, short feiner there near the basket. That was no good. Jacob, and he get his first field goal here. Kinuyog siya ng depensa doon ng Bulacan.
And right there, Jonah Jacob was trying to split that defense right through the middle. And imagine if he got past that, that would have been Gimpayan on the left side or him finishing right off the middle.
Both teams struggling to shoot in this quarter. Only 7 points each para sa parehong koponan.
Production has slowed down for both.
Lopez all alone near the basket.
Napapakamot na lang si Gia Sumido dito sa harapan natin. Yung mga knockout play na tinatawag, di ba, sa mga laro.
Nakaw pa ba tawag doon? Langaw ata tawag doon eh. Kasi walang tao
Walang tao sa loob.
Di na yata nakaw yun, coach eh.
Oo nga. Here we go.
Lopez forward. Jacob, finally, his first MPBL field goal.
And he did that with effort. He wasn't just standing around in one spot. He waited for what the play was gonna happen. It evolved. That Bam got that steal, and you gotta run the lanes as part of your fast breaks, which he did. And you got to finish, which he also did. Really good job by Jonah Jacob right there.
In fairness to him, he really has been trying to follow the system sa laro na to. He's featured here in our Assist of the Game, brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Of course, that pass coming from Bam Lopez on the break.
Yeah. And obviously, Bam wanted to give that
Yes.
basket to Jonah Jacob. But the important thing is Jonah made the right shot selection. He didn't stop on a, on a pull-up. He just went in there, understanding that there's no defender on the shaded area.
79-37. It's been a slow fourth quarter para sa parehong koponan. Lopez facing up against Celso. He was given space.
Actually, nakadepensa pa sa araw yung sa mata niya, na-shoot pa rin eh. It's tough to be shooting that side of the floor.
For sure, yeah. Celso sees a cutting Serrano who did have a good first quarter for the Bulacan Kuyas pero di na nasundan eh.
Yeah.
He was part of the reason why the Kuyas were only down by a point at the end of the first 10 minutes. Lopez could not go back-to-back. Patalo na sana yung buong bench ng Biñan. Espiritu will sky. No, Ibe gets it back. Wala pa rin. Biñan in transition. The bounce pass from Lopez gets it to Gimpayan, who will get another opportunity for 3 points.
That's the luxury of having a J-Mark Gimpayan. A big man that can run the floor and finish through contact.
This is our fast break of the game, brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme magpalamig, free installation for split-type air conditioners. Pwede ba tayo magpadala ng ganyan ngayon?
Ay, pwede. Ngayon na baka mo. Free installation
free
yan.
installation naman eh.
Pwede.
Could really use that cool air right now. Bulacan into their front court. Still could not hit. We now enter the final 2 minutes of this one. Right after this, the Jensen Warriors will be going up against the Imus Brotherhood. Jensen has been struggling this season. Of course, they've lost some players. They've added some players, but it has not been the same kind of firepower that we've been used to seeing from them in the past years.
And you know what? I think we talked about Christian Fajarito being a part of that rotation. You talk about Jervy Cruz. You talk about the really good shooting of Marvin Janicio, which I feel is absent
Correct,
this
yes.
season.
I do agree.
And I think those are key.
Check out the special deal from 1xBet when you scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Jonah Renz Jacob, 5'10", at the line, 30 years old, from Naik, Cavite. Went to Lyceum of the Philippines, Cavite, just as I mentioned earlier, in Cavite State University. He has been a fixture in a lot of celebrity tournaments.
Right.
Because of his stature on social media. But very nice that he is working his way up here respectfully.
Right. And, I don't think I've heard him in social media saying, I am the team.
Yes.
It's always been, coach tells me to do this. I follow. My teammates embrace me. And,
Nakikisama siya, Coach?
Correct. Hindi siya, he blends in.
And that's what we love from him. 84-37, a minute and 35 to go in this game. J-Mark Gimpayan in that game against Val City, ang kanilang huling panalo. Double-double para sa kanya. 10 points and 12 rebounds. And very efficient 4 out of 8 shooting. In this game, so much better. 16 and 8 on 70% shooting.
And I also feel that he's benefiting a lot from the veteran players that he's playing alongside here in Biñan. I remember in some of the games that we saw him play, the pressure is on him to be a really dominant big man, but that's not how he is. He's really a lengthy player that can play the full length of the floor as well.
Jacob from the outside, that one's short. Well, I remember the time na naging teammate ko pa si Jaymar Gimpayan.
Oh yeah.
In the other rec leagues.
Oh yeah, I think you mentioned that before. Iba naman talaga no?
Iba talaga. Talagang sure ball yan around the basket. Kaya ang sarap pasahan. Pag nakita mo siyang malapit na sa'yo, ipasa mo na agad para sure 2 points kayo.
Tsaka hindi he's not forcing situations.
He's not.
Yeah.
He recognizes every sequence. Matalino rin na player.
Kung kaya, gagawin. Kung hindi, pull it back and wait for your other guys to come.
At talagang hindi mo talaga matatawaran sa kanya yung kanyang sipag, especially on the glass.
There were other leagues in the past that I got to call him. He was not yet the Jaymar Gimpayan back then, but that was how he played noon.
Yan na talaga yung kanyang calling card. No,
Yan na
ever
talaga
since.
Hindi nagbabago.
He just simply lifted his play up maybe a couple of notches when he entered this league.
You're right.
Sort of a homecoming actually para sa kanya. As he used to play for Valenzuela during his early years in the league. And they're really trying to go to Jonah Jacob for these last few seconds. This is our play of the game, brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Even Bam Lopez benefiting from the assists that Biñan has dished out as a team sa laro na to. 25 total assists on 31 made field goals for the Tatak Gel in this game.
I mean, doon na talaga yung absence of defense on the side of Bulacan. It's been tough for these guys as well for this game. Don't have scorers, can't defend, ganda ng pasahan rin. Oh wow, look at this one.
Jacob will try to take Umpad off the dribble, steps back, jumper. Oh, everybody was waiting from that Biñan bench.
They were ready to explode.
I think they're going to give him another chance here. Can he do it? But he loses it to Serrano. Hindi siya papayagan na basta-basta na lang makakuha ng puntos. And Ibe still could not get the 2 points despite being wide open. They're going to dribble out the clock here. That's going to do it.
Yeah.
Biñan following up their win against Val City and Ilagan with a win here against the Bulacan Kuyas, who fall down to 0-9.
Yeah, and very similar to their previous games, itong Bulacan. Fourth quarter was the best scoring quarter when game was out of reach.
The Biñan Tatak Gel Beast Motorcycle Game X climbed to 4-3, following up those 2 wins against the Cowboys and the Magic. Our best player of the game, brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet is none other than Jaymar Gimpayan.
And rightfully so. He's been a steady force combination with KG Canaleta, but him with different rotation players on the floor, iba-ibang kombinasyon na kasama niya, pero patuloy pa rin na consistent yung performance ni Jaymar.
Jaymar Gimpayan, almost a double-double para sa kanya in this game. Nice performance once again coming from Waray as they win 86-48. Once again, they climb to 4-3 while Bulacan falls down to 0-9. Such a dominant performance for Biñan after that first quarter where it was just 14-13.
Right.
Bigla silang umarangkada. Our best player of the game is at courtside with Miss Lyra Punsalan.
I'm with the best player of the game, Jaymar Gimpayan of Biñan. Jaymar, it's your first time of getting that best player award. Congratulations. Talagang consistent ka even in your last matches. Anong pakiramdam of having that highest contribution for Biñan today?
Yun lang, una-una sa lahat, papasalamat kayo Lord God, binigay sa amin yung panalo. Yun lang, masarap sa pakiramdam yung ganito eh. Pero wala, mainit kasi dito. Siguro hindi masasarapan. Pero yun lang, basta tulong-tulong lang kami mga player, mga teammate ko. Bibigay namin lahat ng best namin.
Anong naging reminder ni Coach during the halftime huddle?
Yung reminder ni Coach, wag daw kaming, wag namin maliitin yung kalaban kahit ganyan lang yun. Buhos pa rin namin yung, yung laro namin.
May mga gusto ka bang pasalamatan?
Unang-una sa lahat, kay Boss Monching, sa walang sawang sumusuporta, Boss Monching Talisayon, Boss Ruben, Vice Gel, sa lahat ng boss ng Biñan, sa lahat ng mga taga Valenzuela, thank you. Sa mama ko, sa papa ko, sa Valenzuela, sa Marulas, binabati ko kay lahat. Sa kuya ko, sa mga kapatid ko, saka yan, kay Coach, thank you Coach, binigyan mo ko ng chance na makapaglaro. Sa lahat ng mga Valenzuela, binabati ko lahat. Saka sa girlfriend ko pala. Yan ang yan.
Maraming salamat, Jamer Gimpayan, our best player of the game. Our best player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Back to you, Coach Mike and Javi.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. Once again, congratulations to Jamer Gimpayan on his best Player of the Game award, his first this season. Up next, we have the Jensen Warriors going up against the Imus Brotherhood. Keep it locked in here on the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino.